Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is 7th October 2025. In this video, I'm going to generate different supply demand zone reports useful to the premium subscribers. Even before that, please note, we are providing complete free training on supply demand zone price action. All the training lessons are already available at our NeoStock YouTube channel. So to access all the training lessons at our channel homepage, click on the tab Posts. Then you get access to this post. And here in this post, you can find two YouTube playlist links. The first one is the Supply Demand Zone Price Action course playlist. And the second playlist is examples related to lesson 1.1 to lesson 8.2 video lessons in the first playlist. So you first click on the first playlist. Now you get access to supply demand zone price action course. Here you have 30 YouTube video lessons are available. You just scroll down to the bottom of the page. Here starting from lesson 1.1, all the training lessons are placed in an order. So first go through the first lesson in this playlist, lesson 1.1. Then get into examples playlist and complete lesson 1.1. And then you get into lesson 1.2. Again go back to the second playlist and complete the examples lesson 1.2. So in this way you complete all the training lessons one by one, and that will be helpful to you to become a very good independent trader. And I also provided all the training instructions at our Telegram channel. You can find the link to our Telegram channel in this video description. So join at our Telegram channel. In the old messages or in the pinned messages, you can find all the training instructions. Okay, now I am generating different supply demand zone reports with the help of NeoStock Software's Supply Demand Zone Top-Down Analysis Strategy Builder. Okay, first I am generating stocks near daily and 75 minutes demand and supply zones, so that we can identify high liquidity zones from those reports, and they can be used for high liquidity zone strategy that you learned in lesson 21.3 video. Okay, starting with the daily time frame, stocks near to the daily demand zone. We got 11 stocks. Let us identify high priority, high liquidity daily demand zones from this list. So we got only one stock, REC Limited. One daily high liquidity demand zone we identified. And please remember, I am giving you very few seconds time to watch the report. So all the reports, you have to pause the video, study the report, and then proceed to the next reports. Okay, next for daily time frame, stocks near to the daily supply zone. We got 7 stocks. Let us identify high liquidity supply zones from this list. Mankind is having a daily high liquidity supply zone. Max Health is also having a daily high liquidity supply zone. So we identified 2 daily high liquidity supply zones from this list. Okay, next time frame is 75 minutes. Stocks near to the 75 minutes demand zone. We got 13 stocks. Let us identify 75 minutes high liquidity demand zones from this list. HDFC Bank is having a 75 minutes high liquidity demand zone. That's it. We got only one 75 minutes high liquidity demand zone from this list. Next, for 75 minutes time frame, stocks near to the 75 minutes supply zone, we got only 2 stocks, and we don't have any 75 minutes high liquidity supply zones from this list. So this is about high liquidity zone identification. Next, I will generate NIFTY and BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain report, starting with NIFTY. So generating monthly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Any supply demand zone chain report, look into the zone column to find the high liquidity zones. Look into the pierced column to find the pierced zones. Look into the LTF trend to find the trend of the current time frame you have selected. And one time frame higher is HTF, one time frame higher is ITF, and one more time frame higher is HTF. You already learned these points in our course. And also don't forget to pause the video when you are moving from one report to another report, because I am giving you very few seconds time. You pause the video, study the report, and proceed to the next reports. Okay, next, generating weekly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating daily supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating 125 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating 75 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating 25 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating 15 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating 5 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. The nearest demand zone for the current closing price is serial number 25. I will put it in the middle of the page. Okay. So this is a NIFTY supply demand zone chain report generation. Next, I will generate BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. NIFTY Bank is nothing but BANKNIFTY. Generating monthly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, generating a weekly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, generating daily supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, generating 125 minutes supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, generating 75 minutes supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, generating 25 minutes supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, generating 15 minutes supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, generating 5 minutes supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. So this is BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain report. We have completed both NIFTY and BANKNIFTY. Next, I will generate sideways bullish and bearish trade setups for monthly, weekly and daily income trades. Starting with monthly income trade, sideways long trade setup, entry time frame daily, entry zone demand zone. And I am selecting a sideways long, zone achievement violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhance score 11. Allowing for only daily time frame, I am allowing pierced demand zones. 5 stocks we got, and all the entry time frame zones are daily demand zones. And pierced zone, ignore it. You can use it only for pierced zone strategy, but not sideways trade setup. And you can plan trade in these zones only if lesson 30.3 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. Sideways long trade setup for monthly income trade. Okay, next sideways short trade setup for monthly income trade, daily supply zone. Here sideways short. We don't have any stocks. Next bullish trade setup for monthly income trade, daily demand zone. Here bullish and minimum order enhance score 12. We got 17 stocks. All the entry time frame zones are daily demand zones. Out of 17, let us further filter to identify high probability trade setup supported daily demand zones based on different zone confluence and EMA confluence strategies that you learned in lesson 27. We are using two strategies to find high probability trade setup supported zones. First strategy, LTF and ITF demand zone confluence, and then ITF EMA confluence. So let us apply that strategy. I am going back. First I am applying LTF and ITF demand zone confluence, that is daily and weekly demand zone confluence on those 17 stocks. We got 14 stocks. And let's further apply EMA confluence on weekly time frame with weekly demand zone having weekly EMA confluence, because weekly trend is uptrend in all the stocks. 11 stocks we identified. All these 11 stocks, the daily demand zones or entry time frame zones having more high probability to get success, provide lesson 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. So this list is as per the first strategy to find the high probability trade setup supported zones. Okay, next strategy, LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone and HTF EMA confluence. So I am going back, removing ITF EMA filter and then setting LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence with 3 filters. First one daily and weekly, next daily and monthly, and weekly and monthly demand zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we got 4 stocks. In all the 4 stocks, all these daily demand zones are overlapped with weekly demand zone. Again, both together overlapped with monthly demand zone. Monthly trend is uptrend in 3 stocks. Let's further filter based on monthly demand zone having monthly EMA confluence, and also trend on the monthly should not be sideways. It should be uptrend because it is bullish trade setup. So we got 2 stocks. So these 2 daily demand zones are having more high probability to get success as per the second strategy, but provide lesson 20 checklist item should satisfy, otherwise higher chances of the zone violation. Okay, next strategy is LTF, this is a bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. And the next reports are bearish trade setup for monthly income trade, entry time frame daily, entry zone, supply zone. Daily I am selecting bearish zone achievement, VOZ, minimum order enhance score 12. Let's filter. We got 2 stocks supporting bearish trade setup for monthly income trade, entry time frame zones are daily supply zones. Let's verify high probability in these zones based on the 2 strategies. First one, LTF and ITF supply zone confluence, and then ITF EMA confluence. So daily and weekly supply zone confluence enabled. None of the stocks are filtered. Supply zone confluence. So they don't have any high probability. So this is a bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. And the next trade setup is weekly income trades. Entry time frame 75 minutes. Entry zone, demand zone for sideways long trade setup. At 75 minutes, I am selecting sideways long, zone achievement VOZ, minimum order enhance score 11, and 75 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So pierced count at 75 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means pierced count is 0. Pierced count 0 means zone is not pierced. Which is on 75 minutes demand zone, whatever you select here. We got 5 stocks supporting sideways long trade setup for weekly income trade, and all the entry time frame zones are 75 minutes demand zones. We got 5 stocks. And you should plan trades only if lesson 30.3 video checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. Next, sideways short trade setup. Changes are 75-minute supply zone and sideways short. Let's filter. We got 6 stocks. And all the entry time frame zones are 75-minute supply zones. So total we got 6 75-minute supply zones. You should plan trades only if lesson 30.3 video checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. Okay, next, bullish trade setup for a weekly income trade. Entry time frame zone 75 minutes demand zone. Here bullish and minimum order hands score 12. Let's filter. We got 12 stocks. All the entry time frame zones are 75 minutes demand zones. So let us filter based on high probability trade setup zones. First one, LTF ITF demand zone Confluence, and then ITF EMA Confluence. 75 minutes and daily demand zone enabled. 7 stocks are filtered. Further, we should filter based on daily demand zone having daily EMA Confluence. Five stocks are filtered. So these 575 minutes demand zone might be having more high probability to get success. Provide less than 20 checklist items should satisfy. Otherwise, the higher chances of zone violation. Okay, next strategy, LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone Confluence, and then HTF EMA Confluence. I removed ITF EMA filter. Demand zone Confluence, 3 filters we have to set. 75 minutes and daily, 75 minutes and weekly, daily and weekly demand zone Confluence. By enabling all the 3 filters, we got 2 stocks. In these 2 75 minutes demand zones overlapped with daily demand zone. Both together overlapped with weekly demand zone. Weekly trend is uptrend. So let's further filter on that stock. If weekly demand zone having weekly EMA, at the same time trend on the weekly should not be sideways. It should be uptrend because it is bullish trade setup. So that one stock having uptrend is filtered. That way, this 75 minutes demand zone might be having more high probability to get success, provide less than 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. So this is bullish trade setup. Next, bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. 75 minutes supply zone. Here, bearish zone achievement VOZ, minimum order hands score 12, and 75 minutes supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count parameter at 75 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. With these filters, we got 5 stocks supporting bearish trade setup for weekly income trade, and entry time frame zones are 75 minutes supply zone. And you should identify high probability trade setups, 75 minute supply zones from this list. So the first filter is LTF and ITF supply zone Confluence, and then ITF EMA Confluence. So 75 minutes and daily supply zone Confluence filter enabled, and applying the filter we got all 5 stocks. Again we will filter based on 75 minute supply zone with daily daily supply zone with daily EMA Confluence, because 75 minute supply zone overlapped inside the daily supply zone. So we got 3 stocks. So these 3 75 minute supply zones might be having more high probability to get success. Provide less than 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. Okay, next filter is LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone Confluence, and then HTF EMA Confluence. Removed ITF EMA filter. In the supply zone Confluence, 3 filters I have to set. 75 minutes and daily, 75 minutes and weekly, daily and weekly supply zone Confluence. By enabling all the 3 filters, we got 1 stock. and this 75-minute supply zone overlapped with daily supply zone, both together overlapped with weekly supply zone. Weekly trend is down, so further we filter based on weekly supply zone having weekly EMA confluence. It is not filtered, so that means no high probability trade setup supported zones as per the second strategy. This is weekly income trades. Next, daily income trades. Entry time frame 15 minutes, entry zone demand zone, and I am generating sideways long trade setup and zone achievement VOZ, minimum odd enhancer score 11, and 15 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count parameter at 15 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. With these filters, we got 5 stocks. All the 5 stocks are supporting sideways long trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame zones are 15 minutes demand zones. You should plan trades in these zones only if lesson 30.3 video checklist items are satisfied. Okay, next sideways short trade setup for daily income trade, 15 minutes supply zone, and here sideways short. We got only one stock and entry time frame zone is 15 minutes supply zone. You should plan trade only if lesson 30.3 checklist items are satisfied, otherwise zone might be violated. Okay, next bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Changes are 15 minutes demand zone, here bullish, and also minimum odd enhancer score should be 12. We got 11 stocks supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade, and all the entry time frame zones are 15 minutes demand zones. Out of these 11 15 minutes demand zones, let us identify high probability trade setups as per the 2 strategies. First strategy, LTF ITF demand zone confluence, and then ITF EMA confluence. So first filter is 15 minutes and 75 minutes demand zone confluence. I am enabling the filter. After applying the filter, we got all the 11 stocks. Again further we will filter on this list based on EMA confluence at 75 minutes demand zone by selecting 75 minutes demand zone with daily EMA confluence. So we got 5 stocks. So these 5 15 minutes demand zones might be having more high probability to get success, provided lesson 20 checklist items are satisfied, otherwise higher chances of zone violation. Okay, as per the second strategy, LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence and HTF EMA confluence. Removed ITF EMA filter. In the demand zone confluence, 3 filters I am setting: 15 minutes and 75 minutes, 15 minutes and daily, 75 minutes and daily demand zone confluence. By enabling all the 3 filters, we got 5 stocks. In all the 5 stocks, all these 15 minutes demand zones are overlapped with 75 minutes demand zone, both together again overlapped with daily demand zone, and daily trend is uptrend in only 2 stocks. Let's filter in these 2 if any daily demand zone having daily EMA confluence. And trend on the daily should not be sideways, it should be uptrend because it is bullish trade setup. So both the stocks having uptrend are filtered. So that way these 2 daily demand zones are having more high probability to get success, provide lesson 20 checklist items are satisfied, otherwise higher chances of zone violation. So this is bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame 15 minutes, entry zone supply zone, and bullish or bearish at 15 minutes. I am selecting bearish. Zone achievement violated, opposing zone minimum odd enhancer score 12, and 15 minute supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 15 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. With these filters, we got 8 stocks. In all the 8 stocks are supporting bearish trade setup for daily income trade, and all the entry time frame zones are 15 minute supply zones. Let us identify high probability trade setup supported zones. First filter is LTF and ITF supply zone confluence, and then ITF EMA confluence. that is 15 minutes and 75 minutes supply zone Confluence enabled, and applying the filter we got 4 stocks. And in both these stocks the 15 minute supply zones overlapped with 75 minute supply zone, and the 75 minutes trend is a downtrend in all the stocks. Further filter EMA Confluence on 75 minute supply zone by selecting 75 minute supply zone with daily EMA Confluence. We got 3 stocks. So these 3 75 minute supply zones might be having more high probability to get success, provide less than 20 checklist items are satisfied, otherwise higher chances of zone violation. Okay, next let us look into LTF, ITF and HTF supply zone Confluence supported stocks, and then HTF EMA Confluence. Removing ITF EMA filter. In the supply zone Confluence, 3 filters I have to set: 15 minutes and 75 minutes, 15 minutes and a daily, 75 minutes and a daily supply zone Confluence. By enabling all the 3 filters, we did not get any stocks. So this is about bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Okay, next I will generate finding the stocks near demand and supply zones for all the time frames, starting with yearly. Stocks price closed inside the yearly demand zone. We got 3 stocks. Next, price closed inside the yearly supply zone. No stocks. Next, half yearly time frame. Price closed inside half yearly demand zone. We got 6 stocks. Next, price closed inside the half yearly supply zone. We got 3 stocks. Next time frame quarterly, stocks near to the quarterly demand zone, we got 2 stocks. Next, stocks near to the quarterly supply zone, we got 1 stock. Next, price closed inside the quarterly demand zone, we got 21 stocks. We can further filter this list based on quarterly demand zone having quarterly EMA Confluence, and also trend on the quarterly should not be sideways. It can be up or down trend. We got 12 stocks. Okay, next quarterly time frame, price closed inside the quarterly supply zone. We got 11 stocks. We can further filter based on quarterly supply zone having quarterly EMA Confluence, and trend on the quarterly should not be sideways. We got 4 stocks. Next time frame is a monthly. Stocks near to the monthly demand zone, we got 1 stock. Next, stocks near to the monthly supply zone, we got 3 stocks. Next, price closed inside the monthly demand zone. First 18 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down, 26 stocks are filtered. We can further filter based on monthly demand zone having monthly EMA Confluence, and trend on the monthly should not be sideways. We got 11 stocks. Okay, next, price closed inside the monthly supply zone. First 15 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down, total 30 stocks are filtered. We can further filter based on monthly supply zone having monthly EMA Confluence, and also trend on the monthly should not be sideways. We got 10 stocks. Next time frame is weekly. Stocks near to the weekly demand zone, we got 12 stocks. Next, stocks near to the weekly supply zone, we got 15 stocks. Next, price closed inside the weekly demand zone. First 17 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down, Total 39 stocks. We can further filter this list based on weekly demand zone having weekly EMA confluence, and also trend on the weekly should not be sideways. Now the list is reduced. First 16 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. Total 23 stocks are filtered. Okay, next, price closed inside the weekly supply zone. First 15 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. Total 48 stocks filtered. We can further filter this list based on weekly EMA weekly supply zone having weekly EMA confluence, and also trend on the weekly should not be sideways. It can be up or down trend. First 15 stocks in the list. I'm scrolling the list down. Total 19 stocks are filtered. So next time frame daily already generated in the beginning of the report. So the next time frame is 125 minutes. Stocks near 125 minutes demand zone. We got 16 stocks, 16 or 17. First 15 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down, 17 stocks are filtered. Okay, next, stocks near to the 125 minute supply zone. We got 8 stocks. Next time frame 75 minutes already generated in the beginning of the report. So the next time frame is 25 minutes. Stocks near to the 25 minutes demand zone. We got 7 stocks. Next, stocks near to the 25 minute supply zone. We got 10 stocks. Next time frame is 15 minutes. Stocks near to the 15 minutes demand zone. We got 6 stocks. Next, stocks near to the 15 minute supply zone. We got 11 stocks. Next time frame is 5 minutes. Stocks near to the 5 minutes demand zone. We got 11 stocks. Next, stocks near to the 5 minute supply zone. We got 4 stocks. So this is about stocks near demand and supply zones for different time frames in the final report, generating stop buffers based on daily ATR. First 17 in this list are indices, remaining all are equity stocks. So I'm scrolling the list down. Whichever the stock you want to refer, pause the video, study that particular stock, and then proceed to the next stocks. Okay, I'm scrolling the list down. So total, this is the end of the report. Hope this information will be useful to you for your further study and analysis. Let's all meet again in our next video. Thank you.